Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 18 of the Off the Menu podcast.
Already scuffed. We're at 17, sir.
Your host.
Go ahead. Go with the intro, though.
Fuck.
Another one.
You are now tuning in to episode 17 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brothers, my co-hosts, P and Tay, and a special guest, a very special guest, Bryan Chow, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, Bryan. Give him some applause. Get him some gun noises, whatever you want to give him.
We're going crazy.
Mr. Chow, man.
Hello, Bryan. Thank you, guys. Oh, okay.
Let's go, baby.
All right, there we go. Welcome to the Off the Menu podcast, episode 17, y'all. We would like to thank you for joining us on this.
Oh, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah, for real.
This is also a very special moment that we get to have with you as well. As you guys can tell, new room. My little sister painted all this. Vanessa, shout out to her.
Them, shout out
She, shout out to Deidre. Shout out to Crystal. We're supposed to do family game night on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I said, come over. My mom's cooking. No, all the girls ended up painting.
You put them all to work?
Dude, they all got set up, dude.
Oh, my God.
They all got set up. Me and Johnny out there smoking hookah and stuff. We got fired, though. We got fired. But we'd like to thank them for putting in the effort.
Shout out, y'all. It looks very great in here, you guys.
Also, thank you to everyone that showed up to my pop's blessing.
Yeah.
He just had surgery, and so they just wanted to make sure they had long life and healing and stuff. And it was a very special moment as well because we actually saw our grandpa cry for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Because there was a part of it too where after their blessing, so it was an uncle and then my dad, and then my grandpa, and then they had to hold up the food for him, and it would in a way it was for him to forgive them for everything they've ever done. And so he started tearing up, and I was just sitting there like, damn, this is a very special moment. So pretty crazy weekend. We know you guys had crazy weekends. You out went hooping, you went out and did your stuff.
I was hooping. We lost in the playoffs, bro.
You lost. That's normal. Okay, let's get to you.
Damn.
That's normal. I've seen you lose in the playoffs 4 times.
It's not
Wow.
just me.
He
I
said
know
4 times.
But it's like you know what's crazy? We pulled up to the Asian tournament this year, and he airballed a 3.
Tough. That's tough.
This guy comes.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, just do you, man. But every time I show up, he loses or he does something crazy.
No, you saw me win a game.
We saw you win. Yeah, though you hit the game winner, but you airballed a 3, which is very out of pocket for you.
No matter if you hit the game winner, you fucking airball a 3.
What?
So airball trumps game winning 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because you can't call yourself a hooper.
It was a game-winning lay.
Yeah.
Left hand lay. On top of that.
It's a cold war.
You're 6'2".
It was easy as fuck.
Damn. Oh, yeah,
it was
you're
wide
6'2".
open. It was
Never
fucking
mind.
wide open.
But yeah, so thank you guys to everyone that came and helped us in the room. Shout out to everyone that showed up
Shout
here
out
this
to
weekend.
bros.
This is good. This is a major move for us. I had a pivotal moment. I almost wanted to quit all this. Just not on you guys, but I just felt like there was a moment last week where there was just so much pressure.
Oh, really?
Trying to get all the videos done, trying to get the clothing done, trying to get the pop-up stuff, and then also working a 9 to 5. Like we still do everything right. But we're not doing it. I'm not fucking going anywhere. We're not fucking going anywhere.
fucking
all
quitting.
We right here.
But
Dang. Because I wasn't thinking about like quitting, but I could feel it like, damn, this kind of
yeah.
There's a little bit of pressure.
pressure. And I don't want to say it was
building up.
overbearing, but I was just like, damn, I had to record the podcast today.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like before, like I was happy to do it or looking forward to it. It kind of felt like a stale, like, damn.
There was a moment in that
for sure.
Over the last couple weekends. We have a group chat together, and Moose had talked about. I had brought it up that things are not going the way it's going right now. We're kind of we lifted our foot off the gas pedal, and it started slowing down. But now I kind of figured it out, and we're gonna get back to it. We have the group back together. We have Bryan here. He's going to share some insight going forward.
Mr. Chow,
This is a young man who's been putting in a lot of work, and I didn't follow you for the first couple years until just recently. But I've seen you with P and Ebe. You know, those are my boys.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Ebe. You know,
Shout out Ebe.
all the birthday shout outs. So I see you like every year. You know,
Going crazy.
so every time you get the
to,
shout
man.
out from them, I see your work, and I was like, damn, that's crazy, the growth over the years. But I'll let P take over from there. But yeah, P, introduce your boy. Let us know a little about him.
Chow
What do you know?
Babe.
What's up, P?
My guy. I just remember the first time we linked was that photo shoot we did in Midvale, and then we went to like Cottonwood almost during the winter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that was like
JJ,
ages ago. Yeah.
Osiris, Fat, me, Trey.
Like 12 deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick though, for those who don't know, Bryan, what do you do, brother?
Yeah.
What do you like
What do
to
you-
do?
yeah,
What are you getting into?
I am a photographer, I would say, and I'm trying to do more, like go into more of like just like management and branding and like just social media.
Oh, shit.
Basically, like
Okay.
what like an agency would provide to somebody. So I
Right.
think that's like my next goal and my like what I'm gonna strive towards. But
That's dope. Okay.
I'll figure it out tomorrow. You know.
There's always time, right?
And
Truly,
then
yeah.
Any other things besides photography that like the hobbies? Like I see that you are a Pokemon collector.
Yeah.
Collector.
I collect Pokemon.
Got sneakers out the ass.
Sneakers,
You got vintage gear.
basketball,
Right.
super into movies. You know, just the normal guy stuff, I
Right,
guess.
right.
You know,
Regular-
Oh, he fits
guy
right
stuff.
in though. He fits right in.
Yeah.
The regular guy
Right. This
stuff.
is all the
Yeah.
stuff that we're all into too as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
You know,
for
yeah,
having me.
that's pretty tight though. So we actually had back-to-back photographers. So the last guest was a
Oh, it's
photographer
Ben,
as well.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He does cinematics.
Yep.
He does all that stuff too. And I had pulled up the different styles, and I was like, this is kind of crazy that because this is the first time I even thought about us having special guests back to back. But Moose, he's out there traveling right now. He's on a 2-week cruise. He's out in Europe, having fun.
brother.
I think
Don't get
Dis-
pickpocketed.
Disney, right? I think.
Yeah, he
is
went
it
to
right?
Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah, he went to
Moose?
Disney. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
In Paris. Is this Paris?
that's sick.
Fuck.
Is that
Something like
Is that where
he
Disney's
said.
at in there? I think so. I don't know.
Never been.
But yeah, so yeah, shout out to Ben for coming last week and doing it, and then Moose, and then having special guests to be able to fill in. We got your boys coming in, so special guests as well next week.
Next week.
Will
Dre
be announced.
Taylor.
Dre Taylor, listen to the tape.
No, I
let's-
think it's dope. I don't think it matters too much that we have two photographers back to back because I think everyone's going to be able to have a little bit of different insight.
with us doing
you
it
know?
back to back is kind of crazy because
Yeah.
they get to see because we share it, and these people that actually watch us. So I've been getting insight for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. How's that
and-
been going?
Honestly, people like the format of us having a guest because when we fuck around a lot.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of dicks, a lot of gay shit, a lot of you were literally playing footsies with Moose like
I
3
know. I
weeks ago.
literally grabbed his fucking foot. That shit was guts.
But yeah, no, there's still gonna be the four of us, but the format of having, I just thought the process of us having special guests and then having two special guests similar in style but different in a different world. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's dope. I like it.
But I actually wanted to ask you, like, what do you? So you do photography and stuff. You're into these hobbies. So you collect shoes and stuff. What primarily inspires you? Being in this world. Because you collect Pokemon. Like you have a variety.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like, was it your parents? Was it? I mean, once again, was it
For like what exactly?
for like photography?
What inspired
So
you to
for
pick up the
photography,
camera?
there were
Yeah.
two guys in high school.
Okay.
Shout out Eric Leth, shout out Grant Thorne, and those are the guys who really inspire me. Like I literally followed them on Instagram. I was a freshman in high school, and I was like, "Oh wow, it's so sick! I want to do that." So on Christmas, my freshman year, my dad got me a camera, and then it kind of just like slowly kind of pivoted. I think my first like transition from photography was like just I shot on auto and I like shot on JPEG, and then I like all of a sudden I just switched to concerts because I was like, "Oh, that's sick! I want to do that. I want to like storytell through
dope.
like concert photography." And then I used to
Right.
want to go on tour and stuff, and then I don't know, something just hit, and I was like, I don't think that's like what I want to do anymore. So I just kind of like shifted a little bit, and I like went just straight to like portraits of people and stuff like that. And I was like, that's important to me. This is like because like I don't know, I think pictures like tell.
Tell a story.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It
a
really
million
does.
words in one,
Right.
right,
Yeah,
one
exactly.
picture.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so it started off with like concert photography,
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
portraits and then
yeah.
what?
and then portraits,
And then now
things
what?
like that.
You're in sports basically.
Yeah, I'm in
fashion.
sport.
Would you say you're a fashion shooter? Would you?
Mm.
Because you just did one for Blurry Boys. I don't know who that is. to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
shout out Malachi, man. I'm wearing the hat right now. I don't know if you can see it or not,
yeah.
but shout out Blurry Boys.
Crazy, let them know.
But
I
that
wouldn't
was
say
a
like
pretty dope shoot, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
He just sent me, like-
the aesthetic was cool.
he sent me like a Pinterest board, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And I was like,
Right.
and I was like, I literally just put on my story. I'm like, hi, who is like free? And I'm like kind of like picky with everything I do now
Right,
because
of
like
course.
I want to just like I want to curate to the look of like
The
what
certain
Malachi
image.
wants,
Right,
you,
right,
you
right.
know. So it's his brand. So whatever I can do to help bring his like vision to life, that's what I'm gonna do moving forward. Is like
Okay.
whatever you guys need and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I like tell me and
So
I'll
you
like
like
see what I
working
can
with
do.
people to present you an idea.
Yes,
or an
I like
image that they're trying to create.
Yeah.
and that you could further assist with.
exactly. Yeah, I think I guess like helping produce the idea is like what I like to do
Yeah.
now.
No, that's
yeah.
lit.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
that.
And so now it's just like you said, you dibble and dabble in fashion, but it's mostly sports then.
Sports
That's what you
photography
wanna do?
still, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably still like the dream for right now, but
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. you know?
How is that? Like how is shooting sports? What is the mindset behind shooting like any type of sport? You shoot just mainly basketball, or do you shoot like all
yeah.
sports?
You
I
did-
want to say I want
you
to
do-
dabble into like all sports, but mainly it's basketball.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Didn't you do football for like? haven't
yeah.
you
I
done
did. I
football?
shot
Okay.
my boy Simi Fahoko just like
Right, of
recently,
course.
like last
yeah.
Friday. Yeah,
Yeah, but you've done football before that, haven't you? No.
I did it in high school, but it wasn't as
okay.
good.
Okay.
And now it's like obviously like I've gotten better, so it's like
Right.
it just transitioned a lot more. I guess I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So with basketball, how do you show? I don't know if people know, but you have some relationships with some players.
Yes. Yeah.
How were
Let's
you
get to
able-
that. Let's get to that one.
What the people want to hear. How are you able to do that and kind of create those relationships and get them? You know, because I understand that you have a bunch of relationships with brands, clothing brands, things of that nature, and like you hook up Colin Sexton sometimes with some gear or whatever, Jordan Clarkson, whatever it may be. How did you kind of get in contact of doing so?
With like players wise,
Yeah,
or like
player-wise, yeah.
how do I say this correctly? I want to say like I really think it's like the right place and the right time.
Okay.
It's just and then like going forward from that, it's like you have to like I want to believe that like everybody knows that like these guys like have a billion people always talking to them.
Of course.
So it's like kind of a fast paced life for them. So
Absolutely.
you just gotta be mindful of their time and privacy. So that's kind of like what I always go off of. Like, so I don't know if that's like the right answer or not, but
So you're telling me you were just in the right setting.
I'll tell
And
you
you knew-
after this. I literally will tell you the whole story after this. I don't know how else to like say it really, but I truly think it's the right place and the right time.
Yeah.
And you just know the people that know them is like just knowing
Yeah.
the right
After
people.
that, after the one incident, I literally it just kind of snowballed, and I like
Because
realized
there's
I'm
a
like,
picture of you, Jack Harlow, and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
See?
Okay, going crazy. Drop them names
You
then.
were-
Let
and-
them
and-
know.
and- and
No,
was
they're
that- was
they're
that-
on there.
That was when Donovan Mitchell was playing here, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't All Star.
Nah, it was at Jack's show. Literally, I was at a Jazz game, and I literally walked from the
Jack
Jazz
Harlow.
game. Yeah,
Okay.
because Jack went to the game,
Right.
and then I literally left the Jazz game like I want to say like 5 minutes before the fourth quarter ended, and I just went over there,
Right.
and then
D-Mitch was there,
yeah,
and Jack Harlow and some other celebrities were probably there.
just the homies.
Okay. And what was it? A pop up? Was it a party? Was it a
No, it was Jack had a concert at the Depot, so
Okay.
So it was
Yeah.
just like
That's
a little
dope.
after thing, or was it at the
it was
Depot?
literally just after his show. Like Jack was just like
Hanging
cooling down, the come down, and then we just talked for a second and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
What is who's a person that you've met, like a celebrity or anything, anyone that you've met that has given you any type of advice that you can take or share with people?
I want to say it's JC, and JC was like told me it's just like just always move with love,
Yeah.
and that's how that's how I've been like carrying myself and like moving forward lately is just
Right.
always moving forward with like love and gratitude instead of like spitefulness. I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Makes
gotta
sense.
have love and compassion
Yeah.
in this
Love,
life,
yeah,
man. You gotta.
absolutely.
let
We'll
them
take
know.
that as the chef special today.
Yeah.
Thank you to Bryan
Chef
Chow. Thank
special.
you to
Yep,
Jordan
yep.
Clarkson for providing
Shout
some
out JC,
insight
man.
and inspiration with just such a simple quote, because that is true. When you move with hate and spite, you move with anger in yourself.
It's just
Carry
You know?
it's heavy, man.
just
You carry a
overbearing,
lot,
yeah.
and then
And
you gotta
then-
carry too much.
And
And
there's
that's
no
un-
need for
that's-
that.
And on top of that, it's
Right.
unfair to the others that you're surrounding yourself or you're
Right.
putting around. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, because I've been telling myself that last couple weeks. Like, I've been getting so angry at little things. No, it's
For real? Yeah.
for real. It's been a weird thing for me as well, because I talk about mental health, I talk about physical health, I talk about all this
right.
stuff, and then I actually had my first panic attack last week, which is crazy. So I stayed up all night. And I was telling myself, go to sleep. You got to work tomorrow. Go to sleep. And then, boom, my heart started pounding. And then for like the last week, I've just been telling myself, like, what do I need to do to fix this? You know, how do how do I move differently now, knowing that this is a potential thing that can happen to me? Because I always thought I always thought myself I was pretty well rounded. I have like a good head on my shoulders, and I can carry the weight of the world no matter how much it weighs. You know, and you know this time it got the best of me, and
It happens.
So now I think about it, and when you say move of love, and when you love someone, you're good, or when you love something or someone, you're gonna move differently for that person, or how you do it with the passion,
Absolutely.
right?
Truthfully, yeah.
And
Well,
that's literally just what I thought about last night.
Yeah, it's what the fuck is that word? I can't even think about it or something. Unconditional love.
Yeah,
It's just
Yes.
not expecting anything in return. You're doing
Exactly.
it because you genuinely
Yeah.
want to do this.
right.
yeah.
I'm not asking for anything for you.
But yeah, so Jordan Clarkson provided some insight, some good information. Like I said, chef special today. So with you doing like sports photography and stuff, and you moving into like the world of production and management, can we see something in the future, the near future, with you? Who are you managing? What is the resume for you for someone to come to you and you manage them?
Ooh, not gonna lie to you, I was just gonna put on my story of like, hey, I want to like dabble into like just like management. So if you just need if you just need like help like representing yourself, feel free to DM
Like
me and
social
like
media wise.
let's see what we can do
marketing.
together and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
But I
just
mean,
wanna
on
see, like,
that
how I
end
can-
though, like, do you have any boundaries, or are you looking for something in particular when it comes to
managing somebody, yeah.
to managing
Yeah.
somebody,
particular
something,
niche or like,
right?
At the moment, no, but I kind of want to stay in the sports world for right now. though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's dope.
Okay.
Oh, see, that makes sense though, because that's something you're comfortable with, and then
Yeah.
let's bring that
You're
in
familiar.
first.
Like you
Yeah.
already have
Yeah.
dabbled in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
With. Yeah.
I
That's
like
tight
that.
though. I really enjoy the fact that you do the sports stuff, because I find it kind of hard. Like when I have friends that do photography and just being in motion, or even
Right.
videos too. I just saw a video. You guys are at the Powder League, and he was recording on his phone, your camera, and it was like the perfect
match, bro.
But it was the perfect moment. Like you just knew that, or maybe you didn't know at that moment, but that moment he was gonna pull up like that, and then boom, right in the net.
We truly never know. Are you talking about the B slide clip?
They
Yeah,
snatched
like
it,
literally,
yeah.
I saw a B slide like hit him with a crossover. He falls and he just cashes it mid range, and I see them right in the back. I'm like,
And he just moves
yeah, I
it
just
towards
pan it
us,
right
and we're
over.
just fucking
Right place and right time. I tell you,
Yeah.
truly.
It's crazy. Well, there was a clip of Brandon Davies dunking on somebody too, and they got us after the fact too because we were going like this.
Yeah.
Was that you or was that somebody else?
If it's in that like YouTube video that they made, it's all mine,
oh, okay. Then
It'll-
it might have been. It might have been
all my footage.
Okay.
It's that. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
So, that being said, going back to the fashion once again, and how you're getting gear once again for Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton. Like, how does that work, or how are you connecting these brands with the NBA players, or are they talking to you first? Like, hey, I need this. Can you find me this? Or how's that working for you?
I'd say it's like that. Yeah, it's like, hey, I like this. And then I'm like, oh, I have a friend that has a brand, and I'll just show him the brand first. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then they'll be like, I like that. If I hear the words, I like that, I'll be like, okay,
Give me one.
let me just
that's
see what
dope.
I can do and connect it real quick.
Yeah.
So it helps both sides. I help
The
said
brand.
per athlete,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I help their brand grow.
Right.
Like,
You're just the bridge.
yeah, truly. Like,
Literally
I
just
was
the
gonna
bridge.
change my bio into just connecting the bridge and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's dope. I like that.
yeah, all I do now though is I just wear my friends' brands or brands that I know that like are owned locally or anything like that. I try not to wear like anything big named anymore.
Yeah.
Because they don't need my money. My friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's
They
true,
don't do
man.
More
That
than
is
anything else.
that is a
Yeah,
process.
shout out to support too, man.
Yeah.
Go out and support your homies one time. For sure.
For sure, local brands, for sure. It's small
Truly.
business.
Speaking of support, August 12th at the Herc. Remember be there, be square.
Oh, the
3 to
block
7
party.
p.m. Okay, we're gonna be
12.
doing something there.
Big
We're gonna
things.
hopefully off days can get something going. Hopefully Moose
Come to
Woods
the
can get it.
carnival.
Carnival. Are we trying that again? That shit failed last time. COVID. Oh man.
Fucking, we gotta get a hoop. We gotta get.
Yeah, we gotta get everything, man.
Yeah. But yeah, did you have any more questions? Like, what? Because I know that I saw some questions. So, your homies inspired you. How is the family? So, being Asian American, are you
go.
first generation immigrant or second?
first.
First?
I was
You're
the
the
first born
firstborn
here in,
here?
Okay.
in the States. Yeah.
So how was that for you? Like, what is your life from that picture? From well, especially with your parents, you know?
Yeah.
Mom and dad. Well, I want to see my mom really just like is very supportive. My dad wants me to go back to school still, and kind of like figure life out.
Yeah.
I sometimes think about that. I'm like, how do I, like down the line, like how do I support somebody just by taking pictures?
It's true.
So that's still in the back of my head.
That's fair.
But I put it off to the side for right now because I live by this model where it's like for right now I will worry about it tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
I think it's
I
a
can't,
valid
like,
question,
yeah.
but I mean, I think that's something that should hold you back.
Oh no,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely
And,
it's realistic. That's the
right.
thing.
It's
realistic.
being
That's all it is.
realistic, right?
But at the end of the day, like chase your dreams.
No,
you know,
have to.
Yeah,
Right.
and you,
Like,
because once
You
again,
can't be scared.
I would rather like face reality when it happens or when it comes than live in regret.
Yeah,
Right.
truthfully, that's how
Yeah.
that's how I've been doing it lately at least.
Yeah.
And you're still pretty young, right? How old are you?
Same
I'm
age.
25.
Same age.
25? You guys
We're
same age?
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Yeah.
See, yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm 5 years older than you guys. So, you know, my experiences now is that do what you guys got to do when you're young, because when you're older, it's only going to get easier.
Yeah. Because you learn.
Right. That's how I see it. Is like the 30s is the new 20s, because without the knowledge that you would have had in the 20s, you wouldn't be able to be the person you are in your 30s. Right. So you take that with you as you grow. You know, and for me right now, like when we do this kind of stuff, I like I said, I wanted to give up, but there were a couple people that kept saying, "No, just keep doing it."
Right.
And then like, we go to a birthday party and they're like, it's just people that we know, but they're like, "Man, we love the podcast. We love that you guys keep doing this." And I'm just like, and then that's like the eye opener for me, because we don't see it.
Right.
We don't
I
ever
look
see
forward
it.
to this every week.
Really? See?
Yeah, I watch on YouTube.
That's
Yo,
what's
shout
crazy
out to
though.
you,
That's
brother.
exactly what's crazy
Yeah.
to me, because we see the views, but we
Right.
don't see the people behind it, right?
Like the actual,
so we lose interaction with it, because I don't know who's watching us. I really don't, right? And when you go to a party, or when you go to it was a family outing, you know, it was a little birthday party for Uncle Joe. So happy birthday to Joe and
Shout out to
Dimitri.
Uncle Joe.
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
know, Joe's been supporting us. He's my uncle, so he just turned 43, and he's been supporting us throughout his whole process as well, as he's trying to grow up, you know, and do things. So, but we pull up, and people, like 4 or 5 people were like, "Man, we love the podcast." They point out parts where it, and I'm just like, "That's crazy, dude." Because like,
Bros.
we come in here, shoot on Tuesdays, we get the video out by Wednesday, and then we wait for next week.
Yeah, it's funny because
Right.
he texted me about the last episode too, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You and the shorties."
You out here being trifling, huh?
Oh,
On that note, you guys,
he's
if
a good dude.
Yeah.
if y'all fucking with the podcast like that, please like, share, and subscribe for us, please.
That's all we
It's
ask.
free. All
It's
you have to
free.
do is just put it on your social media. You
All
can do
day.
that. A celebrity doesn't care about you. I promise you. The local brands do.
That's the chef special today.
Just-
That's
That's
We got
the
two
second
chef
one.
special.
the
huh?
second
We're
one.
about to have a whole menu. We're about to have a whole menu.
course, 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
Course gourmet. Whole
But-
ass meal.
So you did talk about. We'll go back into some more serious stuff after, but I kind of want to just lighten it. You talked about being like you collect Pokemon, you watch movies, you collect shoes, all stuff that I do.
Right.
Like, I do this on a regular basis. I take my nephews. My excuse that if I want to open Pokemon cards, I take my nephews now. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys want to get Pokemon cards? And we go spend like $50,
for his
you know.
ass.
But it's because I just want to open. I don't care what's
No,
in
yeah.
there, you know. We do ask questions like, what is top movies? We'll get into that. What is your top 3 in your collection with shoes?
Your favorites.
Let them know.
Your favorites.
Your favorites. You gotta wear them though. I'm not giving you the ones that you don't wear.
No, you don't have to wear them.
Okay.
You don't have to wear them. We're in a collector's house.
So I have a pair of SB highs. They're the Doraemons.
Yeah, let 'em
I
know.
love those.
He wore
Oh,
those.
crazy.
You see me wear them
Yeah,
once.
I've seen those.
I have
Those
yet
are
to wear
fire.
those.
I
I've yet to wear
I
them
think
like
we have
5
that pic
times.
together. at
Yeah, it
Powder.
was on my birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are hard.
A year or 2 ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love those. I remember this. The Travis highs, his original ones. I literally was at work and I was like, and I literally like, it went off. I ran to the break room. I literally just like queued, and it says order number. I'm like, I like started screaming.
Which
I
one
literally,
the first ones?
it's just
brown one.
the brown
The
one,
mocha.
Converse.
The mocha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I was like, and then the third pair, oof, Sean Weatherspoon's. He revolutionized.
crazy.
97?
He
97?
revolutionized Air Maxes for
97
me.
one. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Those
Going
ones are
crazy.
Those ones are fire.
That's tight. Because we actually just watched a video on it too. He's in Japan right now, and they were like talking about his shoe collection, and he said that's his least favorite. just because.
Really?
But that's
That's
you
how
really
Sean-
made.
yeah.
That's how you became you, though.
Yeah.
That's who. Like,
It's because what was it? Adidas, and it's because he did that because of
Yeah.
competition, right? So he won the competition. They got to release his shoe. But with Adidas, he had more freedom, right?
I bet.
But the of course the first shoe is so inspiring because everyone, and I think he met with 6-7 people in one room, and it's on YouTube. Like you can watch this video, and every person in that room got to choose like a color they liked or a pattern they would want on it. You know,
Fabric.
Yeah.
and that's what was
Material,
crazy. Like
right.
Yachty was in there, Don C was in there.
Yeah.
There's a few people in there that we look up to as well.
Yep.
But that's tight. It's funny because I had a pair of 97 ones and I wore it one time. My foot got too hot, so I sold them.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
I wore
them.
them one time and they were just too
Going
hot.
crazy.
pain.
Yeah. And everyone knows I'm in shorts and slides all the time, so I don't really wear my shoes.
Hey, comfy is the way to go.
Yeah, it's either that or my foam runners. So,
Yeah.
it's pretty tight. So your collection's pretty.
How many shoes you got?
How
How many shoes you got?
I want to say over 200.
God.
Going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I used to work at like a retail store, so I
Still.
like, yeah.
Oh, that
he
makes
still,
sense.
But
though.
he still hits after he'd been left that for 2 years.
Yeah, dude.
I hardly
You
buy
at
shoes
Nike
anymore.
Were you at Nike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sneakers is racist. Just saying.
Oh
putting
my
it out there.
God.
Well, it does not like Android users.
Here we go.
No,
I know we don't either.
no, you guys don't too. But you don't even got a phone, so fuck you. Let's talk about that. Hold on. Okay.
God.
Yeah. No, it's I haven't hit in 4 years,
Yeah.
and we tried for every release, everything. We even got
You-
shadow banned.
Amy, you only hit on your.
She doesn't even
Apple?
hit on her regular
You
phone.
hit on your iPad most of the time.
iPad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or you
And-
have your sister hit for you.
and so like especially when it's big releases that we notice that we get signed out.
Yeah.
So
That's
Android users
crazy.
get signed out more than iPhone users.
They 8-6 your IP address.
We did get shadow banned. I couldn't even buy anything on Nike
Take out shadow ban
for
a second.
about 6 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like socks. I tried to buy some socks and they wouldn't let me. And I was like, okay. And then I'm not shadow banned anymore, but I just don't really buy. There hasn't been any shoes lately that I've just been really into, except for Yuta Horigami's SBs are coming out. Congratulations to him. X Games medal, gold champion.
4-time.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Four
Japan
times.
Japan just had a crazy weekend. Well,
Bro.
Yuta representing in skateboarding.
But they have a bunch of
And
Japanese
then,
people. From,
yeah, they do.
yeah.
But Naoya anyway, today's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
He fought this morning at 7 a.m.
waxed him.
Boom. Steve Fulton.
Waxed him. Yeah,
Do you guys watch
crazy.
boxing?
I'm
I know
trying-
you watch fights when you're here.
I want
when
to
I'm
say
here.
Creed inspired me to start getting into boxing. It's so hard because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't. There's so many people that fight, so I'm like, yo, I don't know who to like
Well,
kind of
watch,
like
yeah.
follow.
watch Inoue.
Okay.
Japanese fighter. and he's one
Naoya
of the
anyway,
best.
Japanese
Going
fighter, is
crazy.
he's about to be pound for pound number one in the world.
Like, he's-
and he's the most silent pound for pound.
literally
because
has, like, 10
No one even
belts,
knows who
yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
He just gave up all his belts though to
Really?
go up into 122.
Really?
So he
gave
just
them
won.
up?
He just won today. Yeah.
wow.
Junior bantamweight or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
He's tiny, bro.
yeah.
And he fucking beats some ass.
But so that's tight. So we got into the shoes. We're gonna ask 3 of your favorite movies, top movies.
Okay. So I just watched the last 3 movies I literally just watched. I watched Inception probably like for the first time 2 hours ago.
What?
That was cool. Yeah, I've
Really?
never seen Inception
For the
before.
first time?
Yeah, it was cool though.
Okay, but it's.
that movie
I
was
would
crazy.
love. Okay, and I would love to have the moment where I got to see that movie for the first time ever again.
I was super locked in with that movie. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, because like I think they went to 5 layers of dreams.
Yeah.
And then I like,
I was
we can get
confused
into
as
that,
fuck.
but
yeah.
I was confused.
Oh, dude, I was shroomed the
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
out, and I was even more confused. Okay, I was more confused. I was more confused watching Tenet than I was watching Inception.
I couldn't
on-
finish that movie.
Yeah, Tenet was just too. It was.
couldn't.
I finished it, but it was just so.
They said
Weird.
I'm sorry.
Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
They said you're supposed to pay attention to that pendant or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I literally started playing the movie and I was like, if I'm like really like dialed in, if I'm like locked into the movie, I can like watch it all the way through, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
how tired I am. But like I literally fell asleep and I was like, all right, this movie isn't for me though. Same with
tried-
La La Land. I like couldn't watch that movie either.
Oh man, I wish Moose was here for you to
What's
say
La La
that.
Land?
La La Land is a musical. It's a
Ryan
musical
Gosling.
movie. Ryan Gosling,
Emma
Emma
Stone.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he loves that movie.
It's a beautiful movie, but I just can't finish
Yeah.
it though. I
See,
get
that's
like
the same
about
with me.
halfway and I'm like,
I can't do musicals.
Is it
that's
corny?
another one. No.
I don't know. I've never seen the
It's
whole
not.
thing,
It's
so I
not
couldn't tell you.
corny. It's not corny, but it honestly it has a beautiful ending, and I think that pulled the movie really together. So that's really why.
I've never seen it. Silent.
Watch it.
Top 3 movies though. Let
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Let 'em
one's
know.
Interstellar's
Going crazy.
fire.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Fire.
Oh,
That's
third
fire.
one.
Those are two are fire.
I don't know if I've seen
different,
that one.
Different timeline type shit.
The
Shit's
very
crazy.
first time I saw Endgame, that was a crazy time. I was like, wow.
There we go.
Literally being in that movie theater was like, yo, this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
People applauding, people crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like cheering when you see like the whole thing on your six.
Yep,
and
there we
then
go.
everyone's like, wait. And then you see the thing.
Just turn
Yeah.
around.
And it's just like,
that's
yo,
wild.
everyone's coming in, and I'm like, yo, this is sick. I was
Hell
freaking
yeah.
out. Oh, probably no. I'm gonna change that. Far From Home. Literally having
Far
the
From Home,
originals.
yeah, yeah.
Literally because
Crazy,
my dad
yeah.
had the DVDs of the with Tobey Maguire and like all the
Yeah.
old movies and stuff. I think that was probably the coolest thing.
Yeah. All three Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And the Andrew Garfield is probably my
Yeah.
favorite Spider-Man.
There we go. That's my favorite Spider-Man too. Underrated as a Spider-Man just because people didn't understand the story behind that.
No.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think he brought the universe together.
Yeah, he is the perfect like
Yeah.
epitome of Spider-Man. Like, yeah.
I recently went back to watch that. It was a good one. I liked it. It was a good movie.
Him and Emma Stone just flow really well
Crazy,
together too.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like very well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man curse though. They're not together anymore.
Oh my god.
Pain.
Zendaya
Yeah,
and Tom
so-
Holland, you're next.
It's about to be that. Do you see what the fuck he's doing?
You're plotting.
No,
yo,
how
I don't want to talk. Yo, that picture is like the most scarring thing I've seen on
Oh,
Twitter.
that is sick.
Oh my gosh.
Zendaya with two dudes, and then Tom Holland got revenge with one dude. It's crazy.
I was like, bro, what the fuck? And now he doesn't want to act anymore.
Well, to be frank, I heard there's some context to it, but that character is pretty crazy and it's wild. Like, it's a
the
wild,
context behind the show is pretty
yeah,
crazy.
Like
And
that character he's playing is fucking
Yeah.
vicious. Like it's fucking nasty.
you should have known before you did it though that you didn't getting fucking touched in the
You
butt,
got
dude.
signed up for it. He wanted to, elevate his game. I get it. He wanted to elevate.
I
his
saw,
game.
and it's funny because I saw a post as well. It could have been a meme, but it was like all the Spider-Man, and then all of them did gay scenes after shooting Spider-Man.
Oh, like legitimately?
Yeah, legitimately. And I was like, what the hell?
fuck?
And then I also had to go backtrack it, and I found all the
Tobey
movies.
Maguire did. Andrew
Garfield did, yeah.
No way.
And now,
Sick.
now Tom Holland.
They better not do Miles Morales like that.
Chill out.
He's a cartoon, so we're good. He's
So chill
animated.
out.
They probably already did.
They're gonna keep him PG.
They
We're
probably already did
good.
with Gwen.
Oh yeah. So your three favorite movies. We got the shoes. What else do we ask here usually?
What's your favorite cards in your Pokemon collection?
Oh, I'm gonna probably. I apologize for being annoyed, but I gotta shout out my boys one time. Shout out the Caca boys for the only
Yeah.
like, and I'll
Caca boys.
they'll
The
they'll,
who
they'll
boys?
the Caca boys. They'll
Shitty
understand.
boys.
They'll
Shout
understand.
out, baby
But
Chow.
it's probably like this one card. It's like it's an Umbreon VMAX Altar. It's like
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
about 1,000. But the most sentimental one to me though, Jason Junk put us in like a little raffle on Facebook, and he entered my name and his name only for $20, and I won the card and I got it graded and it got a 9 and it's worth about like 2,000.
What
And
card
I can.
is it?
It's basically just think of Pikachu as dressed as Luigi and it's worth $2,000.
Oh.
What the hell?
$20 entry, $2,000 card,
Yeah.
and I will keep that forever with me. So
That's
yeah.
dope.
Did you ever watch Did you ever get the VHS for a Pokemon movie 2000? And it
I had
golden
the
Mew.
no, I
think I
didn't
still
have
have
that, but I had the VHS with Suicune and Celebi. That was like my like go to like VHS like Pokemon movie to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty tough at that time. The one with Lugia, I think.
2000s, yeah.
See that, that one was one of my favorites,
The one
and then
with-
also the one that, so that's not Pokemon but Digimon, the first movie. Those ones in VHS are just so fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, is the one that you were talking about? Is that one with Entei fucking stones everybody?
Nah, it's like
That
I
different
think
movie?
it's after that though. 'cause,
Lugia is the
like,
one with the.
I know, but he's
flutes,
talking about
right?
he was talking about Suicune.
Yeah,
Oh, Suicune, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Suicune's the
Celebi.
water dog. Yeah.
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 And Entei's a fire dog and Raikou.
And then Raiku's the
Yeah.
electric. Yeah.
But Entei fucking stones everybody.
Yeah. But it's
Trying
like
to
a
remember
represent.
what it
It's like there's like a deeper meaning behind it. I'm pretty sure because like
Yeah.
it's the girl's dad as Entei. It was like I don't know. I remember
I
reading about it.
haven't
I was
watched
like,
it in
yeah,
so long, so I wouldn't.
yeah,
He talks and shit too.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Exactly.
Pokemon, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Meowth is the only one that
They
can
said
talk.
don't-
Yeah, I was
ruin
like,
this,
yo, I
don't
was
ruin this
like,
for me.
all I need to hear is just that little cat talk. That's it.
Fucking yeah, it's so crazy. It's like Chopper in fucking One Piece.
But but it's crazy because Meowth taught himself how to speak.
That's
Yeah,
what
that was
I'm
a crazy
saying,
thing to impress a girl, to impress like the girl version.
Yeah.
I was like very confused at one point. I was
The
like,
things you do for girls, right, P?
Mm.
Horny.
sheesh.
Horny.
Okay, yeah. So, oh man, see that card's fire that he's talking about because I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Pikachu one.
Yeah, the Pikachu one.
Pikachu one,
The
yeah.
Pikachu one with dressed in Luigi because they do those are special cards that they release in Japan. and like they do it every year. But they were like, so they had a Mario one. They had Pikachu dressed up as other Pokemon. So those cards are pretty fire.
Okay, what's your favorite Pokemon? Like legitimately, your favorite top 3. Go ahead. There's a lot.
Oh, boy.
No, just one. There has to be just one.
Just one.
Who's your starter? Who's your starter?
Of the original 151.
No, not the original one. Just any Pokemon in general. But who would you pick as a starter?
When I first got back into collecting, it was Dragonite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going crazy.
Dratini, yeah, that's solid.
I'm a Squirtle guy. Squirtle family.
I love it.
Yeah.
Gengar is one of my favorites.
See, that's my
Scary,
second
scary
favorite.
hours.
Yeah.
Gengar is-
I love ghost shit too.
He's a demon.
But yeah, so we got into your favorite stuff, some of the favorite stuff. People, if you guys got questions too, feel free to ask Bryan here on the comments as well. You will ask him. We'll direct it through us, and then we'll ask him. And it's not the first time we'll have you on here. We're gonna have you here. Oh, this is the first time, but we're gonna have you on here multiple times.
No worries. Whatever
We're
you
gonna-
guys need.
We're going crazy.
Because I understand that you have a
can't
process
hide from
going
us,
on.
buddy.
Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have any more questions? I know you had a few.
yeah,
done.
I do got a couple of
ahead.
questions actually.
As a matter of fact,
Going back to some of the craziest opportunities you've had, can you give us a background story on maybe one of the crazier opportunities you've had that you can speak about?
NBA All-Star Weekend. That was probably the craziest thing.
Shit was probably so fire, man.
That was the craziest thing because
fuck.
I remember like 3 years ago I tweeted I will shoot NBA All-Star Weekend when it comes to Salt Lake City, and then like it literally happened. I'm like, I literally was in my room. I was
That's
just wide awake,
nasty.
and I was like, yo, that just happened. I was like, holy, and like it was like a crazy thing for me because I was just like, I don't know. They talk about manifestations where they like you plant the thought into your head, but
Right.
then you just literally throw it away and let it go. And I was like, wow, it all really comes like the universe will find its way to you and stuff like
Full
that. So,
circle type shit.
yeah, I
for
just
sure.
remember.
So
but-
you were at the games, or you were at the skill games? Or you were
Yeah,
at
I
all of
went
it, all
to.
of it?
I basically anything that Colin was involved in, I was there, and it was cool to see like how he's a great dude and he interacts everybody. Like he will literally, like he felt like he'll take pictures of everybody there, even if it has to be like rushed, he'll take the time to do it though.
Right.
Because it's like it's important, it's like what Kobe says, like even if like because Kobe talked about how like some guys like just choose not to play, and he's like, yeah, like these people save all their money just to come see me,
Yeah.
so I owe it to them
Right.
to
Right.
at least give it my all. So that's like one thing that's like I always like think about. It's like I really admire that all my friends in the league they take their time to try and talk to as many people as they can, like take pictures and stuff like that. But
Right.
They're actually like giving back. To
yeah,
people,
truthfully,
like, to the
yeah,
fans,
they
'cause
really do.
Yeah.
It is a true thing too, because we had a couple homies. They went to a couple games where Steph sat out, LeBron sat out. Like, and when do
dude.
you ever get a chance, especially at their age?
Yeah.
They're at the tail end of their careers. Now we have the money to go to these games, but now they're like, now the league is soft because they're letting people sit. I understand injuries though. I understand like health first, but honestly, people paying $400 or $500 a ticket to go watch you play, and then it's just your bench. You're like, man, this wasn't worth it.
Just
No,
imagine
yeah.
like night of, he's not playing. You waited your whole fucking dude. That would suck so bad.
Yeah, you waited all season for this moment. You get to play. These guys play 2 times a year in the West Coast. We play one time in LA. They play one time here.
Yeah.
And he sat out for both.
That's so
See, that's what's crazy though is that you actually get to be. So it's Colin Sexton, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's tight. I've always enjoyed watching Colin play, but he always,
ever since he played that 4-on-5 in college.
yeah,
And,
Legend.
and then won that
Legendary.
game. Did they win that game?
yeah.
No,
No.
he damn near won that
Yeah,
game
yeah.
for them though. Yeah,
He was
hit like
going
40.
crazy.
Yeah, he hit like 40. That's
Yeah.
insane.
So you were just like a personal photographer for him?
Yeah.
Okay, that's tight.
Okay, you were just sliding around with him during All-Star Weekend. And
Running
This is
around,
probably one of the
yeah.
busiest
I was
weekends of
saying,
your life, huh?
Didn't you
that's
travel
dope.
one time to shoot like an open run for like D Mitch or JC?
Literally
Both of them? Was it both of them?
Nah, so Don hired me for that week.
Uh-huh.
And we just went to LA and we just did like workouts and stuff. And it was like a really cool thing to just see like the different like I just want like they work out like 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy because I'm like they'll just
Absolutely.
be like, yo, we're going. I'm like, okay. And then we're gone for like 4 hours and then we come back and then like, yo,
Eat
let's
some
go
food
again.
and go,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're going again. And I'm like,
Damn,
okay.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
The process of
They
being
do. They
you
you,
yeah.
got to, man. They
the
got,
process
Yeah.
of being great. Shout out D Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being an athlete in general, because it's like even if you're not the greatest, you're still doing the same thing that the greats
Yeah.
are doing.
No, you have to.
Yeah, and like I've lit it because we just watched. They have that new football series on
Quarterback?
Netflix. Yeah, the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we are just watching it, and then they were we were on episode like 3 or 4, and they're in what was it? They're talking about plays, and the fact that these fools
QBs know where everybody's supposed to be.
Holy
fucking at
shit!
and
Like
what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
When you play Madden, you kind of understand, right? But the fact that these fools are on just on the fly, like why stick a spaceship,
yeah.
fucking something like these fools be
On
making
3.
shit up, and they can only hear the coach. They can't talk back, so they can't change plans whatever the coach wants.
Yeah.
So like we were watching that, and I'm just like, man, like it's. I think all sports is just like that as well. Like there's a game plan, there's plays that you have to go with, and people are yelling shit at you, and you have to listen to yourself and your team, and so like seeing or hearing that you got to work with someone. Like workouts are crazier than actual games. Like the fact that
they're
are saying
intense, bro. Yeah.
3 to 4 times a day, 4 hours each time.
Yeah.
Like these guys don't get no days off. Like people act like this is an easy job being an athlete, but they're in the 1%.
Oh
If
yeah.
you want to be great,
Yeah.
you have to put in the work.
They're the
Bro,
1% of 1%.
Don't
Yeah.
take my ass there. You going where's Boo Boo at? Find me in the sauna.
Working up in the sun. He's like trying to sweat it all out.
Chilling, man.
I'm just chilling. Well, man, that's
so-
tough.
This is where we open it to you. You said you watch us. Thank you for like supporting us for sure.
course,
Like
yeah.
that's like I said, it's always eye opening to us when we actually get to hear people like talk about what we do here and
Right.
and actually people tuning in every week. Look, my little sister's right here. She's the reason that we're still doing this shit because like I said, I was about to give this shit up. I was about to throw the shit out the window. And she like her and Amy talked. Like, they were talking, and then I just sat there. It's like, you know what? I can't give up. There's no reason to give up.
Right.
Do you have any questions for us? Like, what do you? Go ahead.
Off the top of my head right now, I was like, so how did this idea come about?
In 2020, COVID had started. I thought it would be a good time for us to start a podcast, so I approached Boo Boo because we were in a position where clothing was slowing down because people were just at home.
Yeah.
And so, us being us, I wanted to do something that we couldn't do together, right? But it fell through. COVID. It kept us apart from everyone that we could shoot with as well. And a few months ago, it was actually right around the time we got married. So we got married October 22nd of last year, and that was like the first time More About Nothing, which is our clothing brand, the group had got back together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I was like, man, we got to do this shit again.
Right.
I need a second chance at this. I know we can fucking do this shit. We went to ComplexCon that following November, and I was just there. Like, no hate to the people that were there, but we could fucking do it, And I kept telling myself all weekend, it's like, I can fucking do that shit. I can do that shit. And yeah, it just transpired from there. It was a spiral effect because as the moment I felt like I was going down, I can see up, And so that was my view now. And then when like Keela texted me, he's like, how was Uzi? How was everyone? I got to see the Clips reunion. Like that was tight too. So seeing Pusha T and
shit was dope.
and then when he asked me, he said, how was being there? And I was like, I didn't even tell him how I felt. I said, we can fucking do this. I want to be here next year. I want to be here in a couple years. And so yeah, we decided to do the clothing together.
Let's go and get it done.
I said, let's talk to Moose. I'll talk to Boo Boo. I got the team back together, and we had originally 6 people, so there's 2 other people sitting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're doing their own thing. They have their own lives.
Yeah,
this is
of
not the
course.
world. This is not the
Yeah.
world that they wanted to be in, right?
No, yeah, of course.
But yeah, so and then I said, Boo Boo, let's fucking try doing this podcast shit for real.
Crazy.
And because his excuse at the beginning was saying, what do I have to talk about?
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
What do people do? People even want to listen to me, right?
What do we have
Always.
to say?
And then we sat down, we finally started doing it, and we just couldn't stop talking.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's how the podcast started. We were actually just started at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That's what the crazy thing. We actually started prepping this since January.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And-
I think after we started More About Nothing, the first time we all kind of dabbled in and started getting into into other avenues. They started Secret Menu, which they were doing raffling shoes
gear.
and things like that. I ventured off and started Off Days.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we came up with the name Off the Menu. Was just off
Yeah,
of
that's the
Secret
name right
Menu.
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
Collaborations.
Oh, wow.
So under my
Yeah,
belt
but-
myself, I have 5 brands
Okay.
that I do by myself, and then collaboration as well. So we have More About Nothing together. We have
When Midnight Strikes.
When Midnight Strikes, that's what I do. I have Amateur Ghost Hunter. Then we have the off the menu stuff, and then we have secret menu.
Right.
And then everyone else does their own stuff too. So it was we were coming up with names, and for some reason my brother had he was like, "What do you guys do off the menu?" And I was like, and whenever Boo Boo reacts to anything, he goes, "Ooh!"
I got it. I'm gonna get it tatted.
Yeah. Then he says he's gonna get tatted on him, But yeah, so ever since that moment, the name stuck, and that was the most important part.
Right.
Was that you can't do something unless you have attachment to something, right?
Proof of concept, just a concept behind it.
And so I kept thinking about the name, the format, how we would do this, and I just I love technology and stuff, but I'm not a tech guy, so I had to go learn. I had to go review all the cameras that we had to review. I had to go check out the lighting. I had to make sure we got this shit right here. Yeah. This is the most important part.
Go XLR.
Mm-hmm. And that's been our savior.
Audio is a crazy world.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had the Focusrite, but now I just use it for my computer because I don't have a mic. Yeah. So we were going to start doing podcasts with it. So he bought one and I bought one. And I said, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
What the fuck?
It doesn't sound crisp like this. Like this sounds super crisp.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So that's how we just came up off the menu, and that's where we're at right now. We started as of, was it April 28th was our first post. We're now 17 episodes deep. Yeah. So, now we're here. And I say to every episode, thank you guys for bringing us here. Thank you to our guests that come to the show and, bring the energy, and it's going to bring all types of stuff.
And that's what we wanted to do is we don't know what to talk about, but we could bring on special guests that can give a little bit of insight and some background into, the things that you guys are doing and, the shit that you guys dabble in. So it's cool.
I think our ultimate goal too, when we actually so we always, whenever we come up with something, we always talk about why we want to do it. Right.
Okay.
So, and then the first thing was that we all had in correlation together was, we wanted to do this as a community thing.
Building
everyone together.
Especially community is everything.
Yeah, it is.
Of course.
Because these are the people that are going to support you, so you got to go support them as well. Right. And a big thing to me too is that we had Vun. You probably know him. He does the beef jerky stuff. So you see him at the Asian League stuff.
Yes.
And so he's much older than us, but he supports the hell out of us now. Today, I was just talking to him today about gout, and I sent him the link to some gout medicine. He's like, I'm going to try it out, but that's just crazy because I never thought I would be in a point or a position where I can, interact with people like that,
Yeah.
And this has given us the freedom to be able to do so.
On some other shit outside of this, so it's cool. Right.
And it definitely opened the gateway to being more creative. I think when you get writer's block, right, and, when you're designing stuff, that's the biggest thing. When we're doing clothing, I always get writer's block. Right. I'm like, I feel that. I don't know what I want to put out, or I don't really like what I'm doing right now, so I don't know what to do. But with this, I get to bounce off, right? It's I get to talk to people like you who also are in the creative space as well, right? And so the fact that he asked you a question about doing your own clothing brand and stuff before we were shooting, I was just like, man, that's pretty crazy to hear because a lot of us are following the same road. We're just on a different path.
Yeah.
Right.
There's plenty of different ways to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, truly, and it's there's this quote where it's if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. That's what I like. Exactly. That's what I like. There's a lot of quotes. If you're on Threads, I just follow Threads is the crazy thing. I just get on there every morning and I just read positive things. And it's very important to put that into your head and stuff because no matter what you're going through, I hope if as long as you see one sign of light or happiness, I hope you keep chasing that. You know what I mean? I think that's something that's very reassuring. It's very important to just always tell yourself yo, for you, when you almost give up on this, it's important when you're at the very lowest of your point, you have to keep going. Yeah. And that's when you have to pivot off of that. You use that energy to
you gotta always find ways to gas yourself up sometimes.
And this is amazing. You bring people together and you talk about cool shit. Have you guys seen Barbie or Oppenheimer?
No. See,
oh my god.
See, the problem also as well is that we shoot on Tuesdays, which we
$5 Tuesday.
We used to have date nights every Tuesday to watch movies.
I'm sorry.
For a good 3 months, we watched movies every Tuesdays, but and we try to do it on Mondays as well, but we just had to get this done as well. This past weekend was actually just a busy weekend for us.
No,
right? So her fiance, my future brother-in-law, he watched Oppenheimer, came over that night. He goes, bro, you gotta go watch that.
You have to
go watch it.
Is Kenny? What kind of teacher is he?
History.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say.
So
is
he
a
loves that
history
kind of stuff. So yeah, her fiance's a history teacher.
That's guts.
Yeah, but it's very insightful and very eye opening too. Like when we get to share stuff together and like we get to do cool stuff.
true.
You know, we get to do stuff that people want to do.
Right.
You know, and everyone can do it. You guys can go do this. All you need to do is find the right team, the right people that to bring on, and then the community will come because the community will just start
can
building
do
up.
it.
Community
You know,
is
you
everything.
can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
You know, shop at your locals, eat at your locals, do what you
Support local
Yeah.
businesses.
Right.
Like, go to everything because I didn't know how important it was until like redoing this again. Because when I was young, I was like, man, I just want to make money. And then now that I'm older, I'm just like, I just need good people around me. And
true, man.
Everything
Now-
Money will
else
come.
everything will fall into place.
Yeah.
Will
Have
come.
compassion.
and now
for
that
us.
now the Han quote from Fast 2 or Tokyo Drift really like replays in my head a lot. Because he says, I don't need money. It's not money and cars that I need. It's
Right,
character,
it's
right?
character,
And then
right.
now I think about that every day. You know.
Are you okay?
No. I'm trying my best out here.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. So at these like help. At these like bland moments, I guess. What do you guys like? How do you keep it like rolling right here?
So
like literally
when
right now. Like,
so the whole
like, how do we?
this
Keep,
is- this is-
How do we keep
I'm
this?
nervous.
So okay,
Yeah, 1 or 10. 1 or
Hands are
10.
clammy.
you don't have to be nervous or anything.
No, my
I
hand works.
understand because it happens a lot and it's happened over the last few episodes. So I've been told that I didn't need to be more quiet and let other people talk here on the pod.
Yeah,
but
just
in given moments, I usually curate it. So you'll hear me talking a lot more than the rest of the guys, especially like our guests will talk a lot more because we want to hear.
I guess
right?
it might
course,
seem
yeah.
like that, like when other people are watching, but Tay is more or less a director of
Yeah, so
every
that's
traffic.
so,
We're
so like when I
directing,
feel
he's
when I feel
maneuvering
the
through it
conversation
all,
getting
right.
stagnant and
Yeah.
like we're waiting for something to happen,
we're switching it up.
I usually have stuff prepared in my head
Right.
Okay.
as backup. So
Right.
Okay.
like if so when we're in a moment like this, we're like
It's so
we're letting you oh shoot we got like 15 more minutes. What can we talk about?
This is when the outlandish shit just
Yeah,
start
no,
coming
it's
up.
either outlandish shit or we go back into like hobbies and stuff because people want to hear outside of what you do. You know,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you have your profession, we have your hobby, like what you follow. So we did your movies, your shoes. Now we think of other stuff. We like
Okay.
he'll ask some off the wall stuff too. He'll ask you like, what world would you live in if it was like apocalypse style? You know, what apocalypse? Okay, like apocalypse movie. Your favorite apocalypse
Okay.
movie, and would you be able to survive that? Like,
I remember watching it in like the last
Yeah.
episode you guys did. Ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not surviving anything. You want me to survive in World War Z when those things when people are sprinting at you full speed? Yeah, nah, it's quiet for me.
zombie photography.
Oh nah, survival
Survival
until I
photography.
die. Yeah, literally like
Oh, hell no.
what?
And like 1,000
Oh,
years
oh my
later,
God.
they find it.
I have an idea. Okay. Who do you think's winning in a fight? A grizzly bear
Oh,
or a
my-
gorilla?
It's grizzly
just want-
bear. It's a grizzly.
I said gorilla. He got mad at me.
Gorilla?
A
Are you
only,
all right?
only reason why Gorilla's winning is because he got mandibles. He's bringing a fucking gun. That's the only reason why.
You get
no.
a silverback gorilla is just gonna be smart enough to just.
A grizzly bear is fucking like 400 pounds bigger, and it runs fucking like 2 times faster than a gorilla.
We're not talking about running.
I don't care.
I got claws. You're gonna punch me with your fist. You're gonna punch me with your fist.
Have you seen the videos where like gorillas like
You're
if you
gonna-
like
I
come
don't-
at a gorilla?
You're gonna punch me with your fist. You're not tearing my limbs off. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not
Gorillas
doing that.
roll together. A gorilla.
But you
a
said
grizzly-
1v1.
It don't matter.
It's a
Like, somehow
1v1.
you gonna see
And
the
the
gorilla
only
like
way-
have like a posse with him. You know what I
The
mean?
gang's coming.
Yeah,
And other
we
gorillas.
just
the
jumped, obviously, but
the
then
second
we
you see
jumped.
that gorilla go down once, oh no, it's over. That grizzly bear, bye bye.
Getting
Brother
jumped.
bear, bye bye.
Grizzly bear's waxing
Bye-bye.
it. Waxing it. I can climb trees just as fast as you do. And I got paw. I got claws.
I have thumbs.
Okay, and what are you gonna do with those thumbs? Besides shoot a gun.
Again, where is this gun coming from? Like,
That's the only
where's
way the
hypothetical
gorilla's gonna
gun is
win.
coming from?
That's his.
Okay.
That's his defense. Is that
That's the
we
only
have
way.
to have a gun.
That's the only way gorilla's going to beat a grizzly bear.
Okay.
I got claws.
All right. Did you watch that podcast with Drake and Bobby?
Yeah, yeah.
I just watched that
That shit's
yesterday.
so funny.
Yeah.
That's
It is
just-
hilarious. It's so. Is that
the
really
funny-
her personality?
I
It's
think
just like.
Yeah, yeah. That's
think it
So
is
it's
her
like
personality.
very nonchalant.
She's really
a
just
part
like-
of, it's a part of a character. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
Think
oh,
of,
okay,
think
okay.
Of,
So
think
it's
of,
a-
think
so
of
it's a
how Zach
personality.
think of how Zach Galifianakis when he did this.
Yeah.
He did it with Barack Obama. He did it with fucking.
Oh, so it's
and
like
it's just
character.
straightforward. Yeah,
It's
just
a
character.
character,
Straightforward,
okay.
and it's nonchalant and like you don't understand lingo. You take words literally. Like,
She's like the opposite of Nardwar.
She was literally like,
Yeah.
she was literally like, and she's like, I'm in my bag, and I was like, Drake's like, yeah, say it again. It was like, I don't want to. And I was like, I literally was dying.
He said, would you spin by me?
Would you spin by me?
Would you? What do you mean? Would I spin about you? I was like,
I think the one funny Marco was guts. He said, "So, am I your type?" And I said, "I think." I said, "I need I need a ratchet black girl." Saying, "What the fuck is up with the?" I can't remember, bro. But he's just like, I just don't think you got that in you. I just don't think you got that in you. Yelling at me, slashing my tires, beating me up. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
No, he was going in. He was going in.
That's what Funny Marco was saying.
We're at the 5-minute mark. So this is where we're at. We can. So this will see how we at that 15-minute point. You were like asking why at that point, what direction. We all sensed it at that point. Was like, all right, it's that time. I think we're almost done, but we have to like finish up right now.
Yeah.
We got one more question.
No, we got questions.
This
You
was
guys
cool,
go keep going. No, we can keep going. I'm just like I'm pointing it out because he did bring it up, right? And I just want to like see we have like now that we do this, there's like a time of direction.
Did it feel like an hour though? We're like
no, I actually like really I can see what you mean. Like you could really just sit here and talk
just
like
sit here
like
and
on
chop it
that.
up,
Yeah.
right?
I like that.
I like having guests on too when it's not like our guests. Is like because now we get to see people argue. So see that was a moment.
Not us.
See, because I argue with everyone, but on the last one it was just so funny because Ben is Moose's best friend since middle school, and he went in on Batman. And if there's a Batman and Spider-Man ongoing joke, we always make fun of Moose because I say I'm Batman or I'm Spider-Man because a few years ago we did a quiz. And he's like, yeah, watch, I'm going to be Spider-Man. I was like, there's no way, dude, you're Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. And I took the quiz and I was Spider-Man.
So what superhero would you be?
Oh, no, even better. Would you rather suck one dick 10 times or 10 different dicks to get your superpower?
I don't want to answer this.
He's not going to answer. He's not going to answer. That's okay. He's not going to answer.
No, we just had to throw it out there because it gets asked. It gets asked. You don't have to answer, but you know, you don't have to answer. But if you had to choose a superpower, what would it be? And we'll give you the. We'll say what's wrong with your superpower.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I want to know. I want to know every option, but but the fact that he couldn't tell anybody
Keeps it to himself.
Yeah. I think that's very like.
He said Doctor Strange. Okay, but think about the default or the handicap. What superhero would you be though, or what's your favorite superhero?
This is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
His handicap is white woman.
True.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's true.
White blonde women.
Yeah.
Yes, white blonde women.
He wants to move forward, but he keeps going back.
Wow. I did not know I was getting attacked the last 5 minutes. Holy.
I'm surprised your parents didn't tell you about white
What
women.
the fuck?
Because my parents told me about white women. They'll take your money, take your kids, and take your car.
I wasn't talking about all that. I was just talking about how in like Doctor Strange,
I know.
I know.
There are like a lot of quotes
But he has
for
an
like, those
actual.
movies.
He
Yeah.
actually.
Stop.
He actually.
Stop, please. Just okay.
Okay, see,
Anyway.
now it gets on a personal level.
Yeah,
He knows
I'm
you, right?
literally getting.
He's like, I
attacked
gotta
now.
go.
No, not even that. I'm just like, I just want to be
true.
mindful of the time and stuff like that. You know.
No,
It's
we
true.
have all the time in the
let
world.
me ask you three this: is there anything I can do to help you guys build this or help bring this to more eyes and stuff like that? I'm trying to like be more intuitive and like be more like helpful towards everybody because I realize that like again goes back to that quote saying like if you want to go far, go together. So how can I help you guys?
Honestly, in the position that we're in right now, anything will help. Like,
Okay.
Insight will help. You know, like giving us,
Opinion.
letting
just
us
your
know.
honest feedback,
Suggestions.
you know?
Work if you
I
want to
like
collaborate
this.
and work and do shoots or whatever. The
You
fuck.
should do like. Are you guys gonna do reels with captions and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say like that's
Yeah.
like a number one thing. I
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
with the cat like
reels,
podcasts and
TikTok, stuff like that. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
my sister, like I said,
shout out
so
Nessie for that.
this
She
is
been putting
Vanessa.
them out.
This is
Yeah.
Bryan. Bryan is Vanessa, my little sister.
Yeah.
She's been helping us. Like I said, I was gonna give up on this. I was on the verge of like just going solo. Actually, you know, I was just like, here's all the money back. I'm going solo. I'm fucking taking this shit over. And then, you know, I was just like, no, you know what? I can't do that. And then I was like, all right, let's start moving the room. Amy and I we fought over wallpaper. Really? That's how bad it is. We're not interior designers, you know? And my sister's the whole weekend was like, hey, we should paint the room. We had some, like in the other room, we'll show you after, it's black wallpaper. So I thought that was my idea when we
did a
decided.
fine job.
Too,
No, we did a fine. No, it was a good job.
perfect color.
But we did a green sage wallpaper, and it was fine up until the point we had to put the wallpaper on, and there were just so many air bubbles.
For real.
Oh, really?
And so we were fighting about it.
Oh, God.
And then my sister was like, let's just paint the walls. It's not going to be that expensive. Okay.
Okay.
We went and got the paint, got everything done, and we had game night.
I love it.
You know, we had
Going
people
crazy.
over.
I love
But
it.
painted it instead.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out. And so she also, not only did she paint and then had like put in the work for it, she also does our reels, our TikToks and stuff.
I love
so
that, yeah.
everything goes through her. And it's different for us too, because it helps us from our perspective see what people are wanting to watch, right? Because when she's an avid viewer, you know, she
Right.
watches every single episode all the way through, and she's like, "Oh, that point was funny. That moment was funny." But us as you know, being recorded and we're actually the act of it, you know, we have moments on here where we're like cracking up and stuff. But where was the time that it was? So you
Gotcha.
know,
Okay.
I don't actually go back after I edit. I don't actually go back and watch these
You
videos.
know? Okay.
So I don't actually know. I just remember at certain points when we talk about certain stuff, and I'll be like, okay, I need to go and remember that, you know. And but then, like I said, she watches everything, and you know, I just couldn't give up. She helped push through. She helped push through, and we're just gonna keep going forward with it. And if you can help us, like I said, it's all insight. You know, let us know what we could
You're doing
do.
great.
What do you? Let us know what other people are doing. You know, what is the waves that we can try and catch, or how do we create our own wave?
Better,
you know,
how you can make things
This is
better.
perfect. People
And
just
it's
have to
just-
watch it. That's really
it's just
it.
the beginning stages. You know,
No, yeah,
it's
of
the
course.
infancy of anything.
Right.
It's always tough, right?
But you're kind of already at a good point,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short form media is like a huge thing.
Right.
We can talk about we can go into it.
Yeah, short form media. Short form media is crazy because like I watch.
Crazy.
I also watch podcasts, so I'm always spending my time watching. Every Monday, I watch Bad Friends with Bobby Lee, Andrew Santino, comedians, right? And then every Wednesday, I watch. You know who Dumbfounded is? He's a Korean rapper, but he has a podcast called Fun with Dumb, and I sit there every Wednesday and I watch it. And do you know who Eddie Huang is? He did Fresh Off the Boat. That was like a big thing for Asians because he was.
That was
Shout
the
out-
coolest thing.
shout
That was
out
also
to
the
dudes.
craziest show I've ever watched. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Fresh Off the
But
Boat's
like,
lit.
that's literally, I was like, literally, that's my mom right there.
Yeah, yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Literally
See?
screaming and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm
And-
getting like PTSD thinking.
So you know, he just started his podcast with his wife called Separate Bedrooms.
Oh, I just saw that.
And it's crazy
Yeah.
because the way he does his podcast is the way I would do it if I went solo. Like cooking, he does cooking for his guests. The guests come on, they talk about some stuff, and the guests that he has had on the show have been amazing guests because people I look up to. I look up to this chef called Roy Choi. I look up to David Chang. These are all chefs, so I love to cook. And then not only that, he had Edison Chen.
Okay.
Yeah, Edison Chen on there also. You know, Claw, Initial D, stuff like that. He's a big movie actor.
Going crazy.
And so I spend a lot of my time just like listening to these people, you know. I don't actually know these people, but I get a lot of insight from them.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of want to bring to what we have.
Right.
You know, and that's all I've just been doing. And then now the short form stuff is what's really getting there.
Yeah.
Right. Is who's gonna how do you see things fast? In the short amount
I
of
know
time.
it's what's
right?
so crazy about now.
But we live in a short span world right now.
we
Everything
do.
is just
multitasking and
like, I gotta-
information instantly.
you know, when people are on TikTok while fucking cooking dinner and watching a movie at the same
Yeah.
time.
Bro,
It's like
yeah.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes you gotta slow down and enjoy one thing at one moment.
Tell them.
Yeah.
You don't need your phone out for the whole concert. That's all I have to say.
Tell them.
Please.
Just one time. Just
And
when
eat
your
your
favorite
food. Just
when
eat
your
your
favorite
food.
song comes on, 30 seconds. Put it away. Enjoy it.
Chef Special,
You want
middle one.
to want to be there. Be in the moment. Be in the be where you're supposed to be. You
just
know
so
what I mean?
used to
Enjoy.
multitasking.
Literally enjoy the moment because
Yes.
the cheesiest quote is you will never get it back.
That's true.
You have to
For
just
reals.
you pay for that moment too. You're not like I get it. You're there. You know what I mean? But take the time and just be there. Like,
Yeah.
it's that LeBron picture. Phil Knight's literally sitting there, just like watching.
and everyone has their
Yeah,
phones out. On the
everyone
last,
in
on
that
shot.
arena has their phone out.
Yeah.
But he's literally there basking in greatness because that's something like. Granted, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd probably have my phone out because that's the crazy thing to see.
It
though.
is, it
It's
is.
LeBron passing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But
Because it will
being in the
never
moment-
happen again.
it truly won't. Nobody's touching that.
yeah.
But
And it's exactly how we felt when we went to Coachella. We saw Frank, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
And
you
for
guys got lucky. Weekend one. Wow.
for a week, I was mad at him for a whole week. And
I was never mad, Frank. I promise you.
But I was
you,
pissed,
Frankie.
dude. I was pissed because I was like, man, he hasn't performed in 6 years. You know, I was waiting for new music and stuff. And then he comes on an hour late. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, man, it's crazy. And then, you know, I started doing the DJing stuff. So I started looking for more music. And I just like, there's a song, like 2 songs that kept replaying in my head over and over and over. It was he did a white Ferrari, but a different rendition, and then he had a DJ come on. Yeah, he had a DJ come on, and then
Play Lost.
she played Lost and Slide, and she put it together. I'll play that for you after.
Okay.
Listen to that. But I was just like, man, I gotta. And every time I listened to it, and I relived that moment. I was just standing there, night wind was hitting me, and I was like, white Ferrari. I'm sitting like, man, I get chills. I got chills right now thinking about it. You know,
I would love to see him live.
and then. And it was just crazy because I don't ever have my phones out at concerts or like anything.
And he still performed like an hour and a half.
He still did an hour and a half. He did.
Everyone was
Now,
complaining
maybe
on
he
Twitter. It
sang
was
for like
crazy.
45 minutes,
Yeah.
but he still was out that bitch for like
No,
yeah.
he literally got on 11 and then he got off at 12:20.
Yeah, exactly.
You have
But-
to- yeah.
Everyone
But it should have
was
been 2 hours.
complaining,
No,
for
yeah.
sure.
I would have loved to heard like if I heard like Self Control live, I probably would have been
He played that,
sobbing.
didn't he?
I would have been sobbing. Like
He
when I
played
tell you like
Self-Control, but I don't know if he
ugly
sang it.
sobbing.
For real.
No, I think he played it.
Yeah, I
he
don't
didn't
think he
sing
sang
it because that's the same thing with Nights. That was the one song I was like,
He
man, I
didn't
need
play
to hear Nights.
Pyramids though, which sucks.
I think he avoided it. I think he was avoiding Pyramids
a
and
long
thinking
song.
about you and
But like he like lost his
Did he not play
brother,
Think About You?
right? I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
like why
that was
like,
like
he was like, yo, like
2
he's
years
like
ago though, or last year.
yeah, but like it's like the thought because but the
'Cause
quote
he
was
used
like
to-
saying like
he used
he's
to go
like,
to Coachella
yeah, he used to go
with
to
his
Coach
brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Right,
that's why
right.
like you know, I feel like it's like hard to be present when someone like that was with you.
and
Isn't there
at that
anymore.
same place. Yeah, and
Oh,
when he
man.
talked about it though, no, and it's true.
No,
Because
he
when he
spoke
talked about it,
yeah, he spoke about it.
his brother Bryan, rest in peace. You know, he lost him during the pandemic, and that was just a big thing for him is that he had to go back to a place that he once shared memories with. You know, with a person there of importance. You know,
Yo, I might cry. Yo, that's
No,
that
for
might
real.
hit
Go
home,
ahead,
yo.
man. I
Nah.
cry
That's like
every
the
other
craziest thing,
episode.
though. Yeah, it's like very hard to
We got
like.
a bunch of gems on this one, man.
It's like I think that I don't know. I'm gonna say this is I want to say that time is very precious. So
It
spend
is.
time with people that you truly care about. And like for me too is like I need to start taking pictures with people I like love and care about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
that's true.
I don't have any pictures with anybody. I take pictures, but I don't. And they always like, let's get a picture. I'm like, okay. And then I always forget. I'm like, I always just do. It's what you call an Irish exit. You just leave without
Yeah.
talking to anybody. Yeah, I do that. And I'm just like, all right, bye.
Oh, there's a term for that.
Yeah.
So I'll just like I just leave without like taking pictures. I'm like, and then they'll be like, oh shoot, and I'm like, oh shoot. So I'm trying to take more pictures with people who I love. I'm trying to be more present. And I'm
Yeah,
trying to help,
always.
and I'm trying to help everybody as much as I can. And I want to learn as much as I can now. I'm
Yeah.
like very entering like the like I want to say like when I'm like the fact that I'm 25 now and I'm like thinking about this, I'm like. This is crazy. If I had all this information when I was like 18, I feel like I'd be in a different spot. But I'm at
Yeah.
the same time though,
You did, but
I am
you
right
just-
where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell 'em, man.
Time, you like you said, right place, right time, right? And so,
truthfully.
because I could have been like this. I could be angry at the world. I could be like, man, why didn't I fucking invest in the Bitcoin in 2011 when everyone else did? You
Why don't I
know,
ask my
Crazy.
dad for
But
$100 bucks for that?
you know. And then it's like you can't live in the past because you can't be
can't.
present
You
yourself,
cannot.
right?
No,
Which is
no.
another Han quote too, or not Han, but from Tokyo Drift.
Just be here.
Yeah,
Truthfully, that's
Yeah.
like the number one thing. Just
There's
always
like 5 chef specials today.
Yeah, if y'all
I
made it
keep it
to this,
cooking.
if
I
y'all
could
made it
literally-
here,
I
man.
could go
Shout
on
out to
and on and
y'all,
on.
man.
yeah.
everything in due time.
Yeah,
Trust.
tell them.
So we're at that point. Unless you guys want to keep going, you guys
man.
got inside. I'm about to go fucking DJ for us real quick though.
Looking for another
Keep it
question.
running, man. Keep it running.
This is
running.
cool. I love this.
No, it's
Yeah.
cool. No, if you guys made it this far, shout outs to y'all. I know you guys. If you guys do not have your act together by the end of this episode, there's something wrong with you guys. Man. There's
You're
something
doing
wrong.
great. I hope if you
doing
made it.
great,
If you made it.
sweetie.
If you made it this far, you're doing great.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you realize that your dreams are possible.
it is.
And anything that you want in this life, you can achieve. Because I never what I would imagine when I was 16 years old would I be in a position to think of like, holy shit, I'm in the presence of greatness, and I'm like
Yeah.
kind of in the same room almost. So it's like, I really hope that if you made it this far, you realize that your dreams are possible.
Perfect.
Anything that you want in this life, you can achieve.
Yeah.
Manifestation is real. Just throw the idea out there.
Exactly. That's what I'm
And-
saying.
and
Yeah, I'm
then,
saying,
you know,
fucking-
It'll come. It'll come when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You're on a freeway. Everything will merge into your lane when it's supposed to. Trust. Everything
big trust.
will come to you at the right time.
Drop
Always.
them gems. Drop them gems on them. Let them know.
Positive affirmations every morning. I promise you. It
While we're
And
on
it's
that,
true though.
everything.
It is
It
true.
really
It's
helps
true.
your head and everything.
It's
yeah.
true. And you had mentioned something, and it actually brings me to the very last question. What's a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
I was very hard on myself, I think a year and a half ago.
Okay.
and I want to say like in your head, you know exactly where I was. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna bring it up, but I know that like I want to say that. Oh man,
It was silly, but I get it. Looking back, it's silly, but in that moment, I understand.
You too, though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to think.
silly.
I'm trying to gather
Women,
my
I
words.
know.
No. Let them know, man.
Women, I know. I love them.
You might have to cut this.
No, you good? No, you're good. No,
But it's really I was really hard on myself for a long time, and I still like probably the first 4 months of this year, I was like really really depressed. I was like probably like I was going to bed like sobbing every night, just like thinking of like I like pray to God. I was like, dude, this shit sucks, and I really hate it here. And I was like, and it was the hardest time. And I was like, because like it goes back to what you said. It's like being in like places where there's certain people that aren't there anymore. It's really hard. It really is. Like you kind of plan on certain things, and it's really hard. And sometimes like I don't know. I think it's like being there without somebody is like very. I don't know. It's like tough.
Yeah.
So you
It's
planned
like-
on
it's the
being-
hardest
so you
thing.
planned on
Separate-
being with, yeah.
I think that's the word. Detachment is the hardest thing to like master,
Yeah.
truthfully. And I like
It is.
and I don't know, to anyone that goes through anything, I hope you know that like it will be okay. You just have to like wake up every morning, do something that makes you
through
happy, get some sunlight in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important. Don't trap yourself in a dark room. I know
Right.
it's like the number one thing is you really just want to be inside. You don't really want to talk to anybody.
Right.
You don't want to eat, you know what I mean? But it's just really important. Just, go outside, go on walks. Like I think honestly, May and June were probably my best months. Honestly, like June was probably like I like started coming out of my shell again. I was like I
Good,
started
bro.
becoming
Good,
me
good,
again.
good.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Like I work out every day. I like no matter how. Oh my God, waking up at 7:30 sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm good to go. Or it's like I like literally struggle to get out of bed, but I literally make sure I always
Gotta
go.
do it. Right.
Schedule. Like if you just got just one simple thing for yourself every day that
Find
just
a
brings
routine,
you
Do something for yourself.
Right. Do
bring
something.
like
right.
something that brings you joy. Just one day.
Makes you better
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1% better.
Yeah.
Human interaction is something beautiful. You need people in your life, man.
It's
We're
true,
not
man.
meant to be here alone.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
true.
true though that we talk about all the time here too. Is like, Boo Boo and we lost our grandpa. Our grandparents.
Yep.
And we talk about the emotions that we had attached to these people in our lives, and like mine was as of recent, like before COVID had hit. So that's why COVID was a much tougher year for me. Is that he had passed away in December, and then all this stuff, the COVID hit, and then the depression, anxiety, like. I didn't have all this stuff before COVID, but being trapped in the house all day, doing all this stuff, and I started getting anxiety, and now I'm starting to see that again, that it's coming back up, and I just know that I need the people around me to understand. Like I've never been an open person about how I feel. I always hear other people out though. I've always been the person where
A listener.
I've always been there for anyone. Like you call me at 3 a.m. and I'll be there. You whatever you need. My ringer is on high. I don't turn that shit off at night. But
True.
and like that. And then another beautiful thing is that because we're talking on the subject about missing people, and Moose just had his 100 days since his grandma passed away, and
That's very
in a way that's our anniversary for our Nothing Lasts Forever tea.
Yeah.
So that was a special moment for us. Is that night he had came over, we had our meeting. He said that his grandma was gonna make it, and next day she passed away. But the next day he finished the design. No matter how he was feeling, he got it done that weekend. And so with that T-shirt itself, it's just something that we have to hold on to and represent for her, and then for Moose as well.
That's the beautiful thing about art.
Yeah.
There's like sentimental feeling to it, and that's like the whole point of like storytelling and creating something that will last forever.
Yeah.
It's really just like it has meaning behind it, even if you don't know. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it.
But no, thank you, Bryan, for being here today.
Yeah, for
I don't
real.
want to
For
cut off
having me.
anyone, but this was a good episode. I really believe that having you on here, we actually get to see you tear up a little. There was a human side to it all. We can talk about anything and everything, but the fact that you can come in here and we've actually never had a conversation before this. We said what's up when you went to our pop up, right?
Yeah.
And other than that, though, I've never had a conversation with you. And the fact that you can be open with us in such a
for real. Thank you.
No,
Thank
you
you.
know,
For
it's
sure,
just
bro.
such a-
That's all we ask.
opening moment for us,
yourself.
that people could actually come up in here and lay it on us, and let us
Right.
know everything. And thank you for not being too private about everything, except for the
Oh, no.
sucking dicks and stuff. But
Fuck.
Yo, that's crazy.
Except
No,
about
you
sucking
can-
dick.
you can- you
Keep
can-
that to yourself.
You can put your pride aside always, though.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean?
So
Life is beautiful. Enjoy every minute.
Be
of it.
excellent, be beautiful, be yourself.
enjoy yours, man.
There we go.
Shout
There
out
it
to
is.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. This is gonna be the end of it for now.
See y'all soon. Like, share, subscribe, please.
Let them know.
Episode 17.